welcome to the channel. This is West in Peace. I am locked. Today we are going to start our summer book club. We're going to be reading The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa and Matlin. This is a good thriller. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be thrilling. So, I'm going to read the jacket. It says, most people wouldn't buy an infamous murder house to renovate for fun, but Sarah Slade is not most people. A therapist and self-help writer with all the answers. Sarah has just bought a gorgeous Victorian home in the community of her dreams. Turns out you can get a killer deal on a house where someone was murdered. Plus, renovating Blackwood House makes for great blog content and a potent distraction from her failing marriage. Good thing no one knows that Sarah's past is as tainted as the bloodstain on her bedroom floor. But the renovations are fast becoming a nightmare. Sarah imagined custom avocado wallpaper, massive profits, and an appreciative husband who would want to share her bed again. Instead, the neighbors hate her guts and her husband still sleeps on the couch. And though the builders attempt to cover up Blackwood's horrifying past, a series of bizarre accidents, threatening notes, and unexplained footsteps in the attic only confirm for Sarah what the rest of the town already knows. Something is very wrong in that house. With every passing moment, Sarah's life spirals further out of control, and with it, her sense of reality. But just as she peels back the curling wallpaper and discovers the house's secrets, she realizes that the deadly legacy of Blackwood House has only just begun. Ooh. Scary. Let's start. This is part 1. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to read the dedication because they write it for a reason. It says, for my mom, we always used to say one day. Today I say day 1. To my brother and sister for always saving my ass. Dan, who on my darkest day said, don't give up, you're going to make it big one day. And when you do, please buy me a super yacht. Joel's, who thinks books are for nerds, thank you for the prayers, the laughs, the sissy time, and for not murdering me in my sleep when we shared room as kids. Love from the biggest nerd of them all. To my husband, I still choose you, I always will. To H, your friendship has saved me over and over again. With no thanks to everyone who thought I should get a real job instead of writing my stories. Ha 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 ha. Suckers. That was cute. Alright, part 1. Want a great deal on a house? Buy one where someone was murdered. Here's the killer truth. A brutal murder can slash the price by as much as 50%. But would you do it? Best-selling author Sarah Slade would. By Whitney Roach at Keeping It Weird with Whitney. Welcome to Blackwood House. The stunning Victorian Gothic built in 1889 lies right next door to a 400-acre bushland reserve. The 2-story house comes with 4 generous bedrooms and a library and sits on 2 lush acres in a quiet wooded estate in Beacon, southeast of Melbourne. And on the morning of February 4th, 1980, Bill Campbell walked into the upstairs bedroom where his wife Susan lay sleeping and bashed her skull in with a hammer. After murdering her, Bill drifted down the hall into his 17-year-old daughter's bedroom. Janet Campbell was getting dressed for school when her father walked calmly into her room and beat her with a bloodied hammer. She fled out the front door. Neighbors heard her screaming all the way up the road, "Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me." When she was gone, Bill locked himself in the bathroom and took a fatal dose of acid and tranquilizers. For 40 years, Blackwood House stood empty and silent. But on a quiet night, some people say they still hear the cries of Janet Campbell ringing out through the neighborhood. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. But new owner Sarah Slade doesn't believe it. Oh, we're not superstitious, Sarah laughs, leaning against her husband of 3 years, bartender Joe Cosgrove. I see it as a business opportunity. Blackwood House has great bones, and we're confident we can restore it and make a tidy profit. And she might be right. A murder house can be good business if you have the stomach for it. After all, the infamous Boyle Murder House in New South Wales just sold for $2.2 million, $200,000 over the asking price. Slade and her husband were able to nab Blackwood House at a probate auction last month for $525,000, half the price of nearby properties. I know it has a dark past, but I want to fix that, Sarah insists, squeezing her husband's hand. You shouldn't judge anything or anyone on their past. And Sarah should know. She's a therapist with a best-selling self-help book, Clear, Calm, and In Control. I have to ask, what on earth does a therapist want with a murder house? Sarah smiles. I'm a fixer, she admits. I don't like broken things. Joe, who is notoriously more camera shy than his wife and freely admits to avoiding all social media, says that he wasn't as convinced as Sarah. To be honest, the place gives me the creeps. I'm not thrilled about living there at all. But, he grins at his tenacious wife, who he lovingly refers to as Lamb. There's no stopping my lamb when she gets an idea in her head. Sarah pauses before playfully slapping her husband's arm. What my husband really means to say, she grins and rolls her eyes in mock frustration, is that we are thrilled to be moving to Beacon. We can't wait to meet our new neighbors and start renovating Blackwood House. You can follow the renovations on my website, sarahslays.com. And fans, take heart. She's hard at work on her next book, a follow-up to her wildly successful Clear, Calm, and In Control. With plenty of gruesome inspiration at her fingertips, her next book is sure to be a killer. Keeping It Weird with Whitney, voted top 5 Melbourne blogger, covering creepy and weird everything in Melbourne. If you've got a cool story to share, I'd love to interview you. DM your pitch at Keeping It Weird with Whitney. Chapter 1, April 26th. Welcome to Blackwood House. This is the front door Janet Campbell bursts out of. This is the barren yard she ran across, fleeing for her life. Those are her cries echoing down the lonely streets for 40 years now. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Upstairs is a bedroom with blood-stained floorboards. This is where Susan Campbell bled to death, and this is where I'll sleep. Some people think that's messed up. I am not some people. I carry a stack of moving boxes up the long stretch of dirt driveway, snaking through the yard like a scar. It's silent, except for the musical warble of a lone magpie and the half-hearted squabble of the cockatoos in the blackwood trees. My eyes drift past it to the house. Not for the first time, I wonder, why the hell did someone build a Victorian Gothic in a stuffy country town like Beacon? Blackwood House is sharp and strange and utterly silent. Its flaking paint reminds me of peeling skin, and the steeply pitched spire looks like a towering black sword. There's only one window on the front of the house, a pointed arch overlooking the lounge room and matching the front door. Whoever built Blackwood House clearly didn't want anyone peeking in. A private, sprawling estate. That's how the probate realtor described it. It sounded beautiful, and it would have been, back then. I can imagine it. Pea-green lawns large enough for dozens of families to picnic on. But after 40 years of neglect, all that's left are stark, flat grounds, ravaged by kangaroo shit and echidna burrows and choked with knee-high weeds. The property has a barren feel to it, like the very ground is grieving, like it's stuck in the memory of that day. And yet the house itself... One moment, please. And yet the house itself seemed detached from the misery. Like it doesn't give a shit what happened here all those years ago. Like it wouldn't care if it happened again. I haul the boxes inside, up the stairs to my new bedroom. The murder room. I don't know what's more sinister about this room. The faded blood stain by my bed or the concrete gray wallpaper. Corpse skin. That's what it reminds me of. And worse. Sorry guys, there's important things happening at the moment. I don't know what's more sinister about this room. The faded blood stain by my bed or the concrete gray wallpaper. Corpse skin, that's what it reminds me of. And worse. Etched into the wallpaper is a massive forest. The black trunks are taller than me, and high above the canopy is a sky dotted with stars. Back in the day, I bet it was a peaceful scene. I imagine Susan propped up in her bed, sipping a hot cup of tea and staring at the forest after a long day of cooking, cleaning, and whatever the hell women did back in the 70s. Maybe she even felt like she was inside it, breathing in the clean air. Sorry. Maybe she even felt like she was inside it, breathing in the clean air, far away from the pressures of motherhood and her soon-to-be homicidal husband. It would have been dove gray then. Pretty. I dump the boxes on the floor and reach up on tiptoe to trace my index finger over a diamond-shaped leaf. It instantly flakes off and death spirals to the floor. Nestled in the crook of a low branch is a family of blackbirds, staring at me with dead eyes. The baby birds look underfed and frightened. Their rib cages seem to poke through their papery skin. The mother bird hovers over her children, her eyes sad and desperate, but she can't help them because both her wings are missing. My husband heaves our marriage bed against the back wall and then straightens up and wipes his hands like he touched something filthy. He stopped sleeping with me months ago, and our queen-size velvet bed stares at him reproachfully. Instead, he sleeps quite happily on our couch, though I never once asked him to. He plays the Xbox until the early hours, while I lay awake at 3 a.m. reflecting anxiously on all the things I need to fix, like my marriage. I don't like sleeping alone, but God, it's better than the crushing loneliness of sleeping next to someone who doesn't want you night after night. Thank you, I tell him awkwardly, for bringing it up here. My husband's eyes drift to the pillow-sized bloodstains on the floor. It's impossible not to stare at it. I wonder if he's imagining it. The morning after the murder, the blood all glossy red like lipstick. Maybe it's Maybelline, or maybe it's murder. We'll need to replace these floorboards. He steps back, grimacing. For now, just buy a rug to cover it with. I nearly snort my laughter. That's him. Let's throw a rug over the issue. If you can't see it, then maybe all that ugliness isn't even there. Maybe it's why he can't stand looking at me. I follow him towards the door, thinking of the moving truck waiting outside, jammed full of our 5-year life together. We spent nearly everything buying this house, and all the renovations will have to be spread out over the next year. And even though we've lived in Melbourne for 2 years, we don't exactly have any close friends we can stay with while we renovate. Well, maybe Joe does, but I certainly don't. It's the fact that he was willing to make this move with me meant a lot. He's still here, still willing to invest in this house, and more importantly, us. I haven't lost him yet. I pass by the only window in the room, about the size of my laptop screen. It's a fixed window, so there's no way to open it unless I smash my fist through it. and I'm sure I'll be tempted after breathing in this stale air every night. I stop and squint through the grime. I guess I'm going to have to continue this later. We're on page 8, Lisa M. Matlin. I will do part 2 of chapter 1. I have to take the dog out now, and nobody will let me read this book. So this was our first installment for our summer book club. Grab the book. I'll put the link in the description, and I will see you next time.